Hello and welcome back to Softonic.com. I'm Alex. Today we're going to be looking at the gorgeous Monument Valley. Now this is a new save, where we're starting right at the beginning. As you can see, it's a bit Escher-esque, and we have to move Ida. And Ida's this little girl at the end here, and just tap it on the path, moves her along. And what's wonderful about this game, it's basically a puzzle game. Like, you're finding paths to make your way through the puzzles, but it's also tactile. I mean, you can see this little, I don't know what you call it, like dial here, I guess. Tap, and it just invites you to touch and play with it. And as you see, as I do it, it makes wonderful piano tones, or wonderful string tones, I suppose. And the goal is to get to the end there. Now, it's very easy to compare this to, I guess, MC Escher. Obviously a wonderful artist who dealt with geometry, but it really is so much more because you are doing the manipulation there. Ooh, late title card. Here it comes. Monument Valley. And this game is absolutely gorgeous and, quite frankly, stunning throughout. So let's tap on there and get on with another puzzle to give you some idea of where these go. Now, the game actually progresses at a fair clip. Each new level kind of introduces new mechanics, and it's not afraid to abandon those mechanics as it goes. And there really is kind of, as you can see through the visuals and the tone, it's a very kind of music box, I can't say it now, music box-esque. Try saying it 3 times fast. A music box. I'm not going to try. Music box-esque vibe to the whole thing. You're kind of constantly playing with it, pulling on things, sliding things around a bit like a puzzle box, and then at the same time, things open. Now, you don't really know Ida's story, as you see here, the title here, in which Ida embarks on a quest for forgiveness. Quite what that means in the terms of the whole thing is slowly revealed, but it's not explicit. It's a very kind of experimental journey. Now, as you see, we can't quite get across, but once Ida's on there, we can't use that anymore. So we've got to get her off first, then move to there, and then we can tap on the path, and off she goes to press the button. Now, this early stages start off quite simply with this kind of, well, I suppose by definition, simple puzzle. But then they do get more complex, and they start to play more with the way you kind of manipulate perspective in the world. There are some levels, like I say, this is a kind of music box, and it kind of morphs on itself and expands and grows as you're playing within it, and it is absolutely stunning. Now, what can we do here? If you see, there we have just completely shifted perspective to make a new route, and we can tap on the goal there, or I can't apparently. Maybe I'm thinking I've got to go to the wrong place on this puzzle. Oh no, there we go. And in Ida goes. So I think that gives you a pretty good idea of the kind of thing we're playing with, and it's all this kind of like manipulating geometry, playing with perspective, and that's a huge part of it, and that is perhaps the most exciting part, because there are times that you really can't see how you're meant to get out, and then as you play and pull and twist the world, you slowly start to see how things come together. So I'll just play one more level to give you a full idea. This is a premium game. And it's certainly worth it. It's not incredibly long. Now, they have released a new expansion recently. I think that's another about the same price again, maybe a little bit less than the original product, and that does almost double the game. I mean, this game is 10 levels. The expansion is, I think it's called The Forgotten Shores. It's another 8 levels, and you miss the kind of fluff and filler that these ones start with, the kind of very basic tutorials. So it's all there. Now, in my review of this, I do talk about this little section here. These kind of nubs you see on the side of the buildings, and I talked before about how the game kind of invites you to play with it and toy with it, and here you see grabbing those just lets you drag them back and forth, and while it might seem really strange when you first see it, you kind of get the idea eventually you are just playing with everything in the game. It's like if you remember the board game Mousetrap, it kind of has a lot in common with that in that regard. See there, you can go through there and it completely changes where you are in the world. There's no kind of sense or logic to that other than kind of artistry. And we press that, round it goes, and off we go through the door. Now there are some antagonists in the game. Later on you find the crows, and you have to avoid them on your path to again add another layer of puzzle to it. And we're going to end after this, but this just gives you a final taste of the way the story's going. Strange light woman, going to have a quick chat with me. Long have these old bones waited in darkness. Why do I sound like the Emperor? How far have you reached, young Skywalker? You wander silently, princess. Oh, Skywalker's a princess. That's a bit strange. Why are you here? And that's left for you to find out later. And ooh, there's more puzzle. We'll leave it there. You get the idea. Monument Valley is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's stunning throughout. It never stops kind of introducing new looks, new puzzles, new mechanics, and it's just a constant. It sounds trite, but it's a constant joy. It's just you're always experimenting, finding things out, and I can't recommend it highly enough. As I say, unfortunately there isn't a demo, but if you enjoy what you see here, then you can see from what it is and how you'll play it. I mean, it is exactly what you're seeing and how you feel about it from watching this video, excluding the annoyance of my voice, it is going to give you a good idea of whether you enjoy the game. Can't recommend it highly enough. Give it a shot. Thank you. Do watch more videos on Softonic. Check our reviews and videos on the site.